Chapter 11 Message in a Bottle. Songs for me are like a message in a bottle. You send them out to the world, and maybe the person you feel that way about it will hear about it someday. Taylor Swift. Interview for the Daily Beast. Inspirational messages can come to us in many forms, from out in the world and from within our own imagination and inner wisdom. If we pay attention to the clues, we get the perfect message we need at the perfect moment. One time I was having a rough morning. I was running late and then I got caught in traffic. I was very stressed when suddenly I looked up and the license plate on the car in front of me said, "Love Now." I laughed and switched right out of my bad mood. The message reminded me to be here in the moment and make the best of it. Every time I go camping, the dragonflies always lead me to the best spot. So whenever I arrive at an appointment or meeting and I see a picture of a dragonfly, I know I'm in the right place. It's fun to develop a relationship with the part of our mind that is open to receiving helpful messages. Do people really send messages in bottles? I've always loved the idea of message in a bottle. Have you ever found or sent one? Once on a lark, I corked a few bottles with my poems inside, included my address, and asked if found to return to me with a note. I released the bottles into the San Francisco Bay. As of yet, I have not received any return notes. Invitation. Choose whether to write or receive a message in a bottle. Try both. Just write. If you write a message, what does it say? Is it for anyone in particular? If you receive a message, what does it say? Who is it from? What does it mean for you? Where did you find it? What does the bottle look like? Describe the note. What kind of paper is written on? Is it handwritten or typed? If handwritten, describe the handwriting. Example: message in a bottle. Libby, 19. An old banged-up bottle washes up at my feet as I walk with my head down along the sandy shore. It's corked, and I pick it up. A slight flutter inside, a tarnished scroll, black scribble. I look around. Is anyone watching? I pry the cork out in pieces. A musty odor escapes. Scrawled in thick letters from a fountain pen. Trembling, I read, "I have been waiting for you my whole life." Me? I look around again to see if anyone's watching, not quite sure what to do. I stuff the slip of paper back into the bottle and toss the bottle back into the surf. Journal scrap. As I mentioned in Chapter 1, I once lugged around a box of about 80 old journals for 20 years. I couldn't make myself read them, but I couldn't let go of them either. Part of me hoped that someday after I was dead, someone would find them and read them, and know me better. But eventually, it was more important that I read them to know myself. Reading back through my journals helped me to integrate claim and make peace with my past. After I read them all, I took them to the dump. But what if someone had found them, and what if, while they were reading through one, a scrap of paper fell out with a note or poem about the very person who is reading the journal? Invitation. Imagine that your parent, grandparent, other family member, or friend has gone away or died, and that you're reading through their journal. A scrap of paper falls out onto the floor, and you pick it up and see that it's a note or poem written about you. Just write. Write about what you find written on the scrap of paper. Whose journal is it from? What was your relationship with this person? What does the message mean for you? Example: who said so? Alyssa, 14. Who said so? Those who believe on the surface they are right. Deep down, they are wrong. Rules began from someone else's belief, and now we must follow them. But in nature, there are no rules. The rings of the trees' hearts are fully their own. The true blue infinite sky showers the ocean with tears, and shimmers the ruffled waves to a beat, winding and spinning like a trail unjourneyed. each constellation a composition, a masterpiece strung together, a dusting of stars. There, who says so? The emerald of the trees who root us down, the trickle of the tiny stream, a blazing fire inside, the dream to reach the base of the mountain they have explored. The natural glow to go where the path doesn't lead, to swim off with the tide away from the tide, to sail into the waves with the wind in my face. I am free and only my own, I say so. Fortune flower. Imagine a magic flower that blooms at once every 5 years. It is blooming today in a nature area near you. You walk to the spot with your best friend and see the flower opening its petals. You hold out your hand as one of the petals falls into your open palm. It's smooth as satin and it smells like honey. You notice a message written on the petal, just one line, like a fortune from a cookie, a song lyric, or a line from a poem. The message is exactly what you needed to hear at this moment. Invitation. Read the message on the petal. It was written just for you. You're about to show your friend when the petal dissolves in your hand. Just right. What did your fortune say? What does it mean for you? Examples. You are not delicate. Michaela, 10. You are not delicate. You are the moonlight of unique iridescence. You are nothing but love drifting away on a summer day. You are like a rough teddy bear nobody wants to cuddle. You are a dog that got lost in the river and then got found by a loving one. You are a beautiful monster who drifted off to sleep like a baby. You are a bucket of sequins shining bright. You are a screw whirling in the wind like a butterfly nobody wants to tame. You are my sunshine. I see through a mirror not knowing where you are. You are a bunch of carrots getting sold, getting transferred, home by home, mouth by mouth. You are safe by my side like a precious diamond shining bright. You are not delicate. A Flower's Journey. Tess, 11. Where does the sun go when she cries? A joyous tear falls from the sky. Startled from the fall, she plunges deep into the damp soil. Sprouting up, she lets the sweet aroma of the earth consume her. She resembles a mini sun, shining so radiantly she illuminates all she touches. She looks up and sees a towering maple tree, and she wonders what it would feel like to be so tall. The thought blows her away to a clearing deep in the woods, where she is inspired to grow even higher. But days later she withers, leaving nothing but a pile of dirt behind her, a gift for the earth. A week later I find her grave with this message: beauty never fully leaves your soul. Tattoos. My body is my journal, and my tattoos are my story. Johnny Depp. So many people have tattoos these days. Getting one has almost become a rite of passage. The other day I heard someone say, I think I'll be a rebel and not get a tattoo. If anyone had told me how much it would hurt, I may not have done it. But I understand now that the pain is part of the ritual. When I was 30, I got a tattoo of an Art Nouveau dragonfly whose wings span my whole upper back. Its tail is a cicada, the ancient Greek or Roman symbol for healing. There is a lot of symbolism in the dragonfly for me. Insects are survivors who constantly adapt. Dragonflies are the highest and fastest flying insects, and many of them live for only 24 hours. In certain Native American mythologies, the dragonfly dispels illusions. Lately, I've noticed that a lot of people are getting words, phrases, and mantras tattooed on their bodies to remind them of what's important. If I got one now, it would simply say, "Love now." Invitation. Imagine you wake up in the morning to find a message tattooed on your forearm, a message that affirms your life in a positive way. Just right. What does the tattoo say? What is the meaning of the message for you? How did it get there? What color is it? What language is it? What font is it written in? Does it appear all at once or in stages? How do you apply the message of the tattoo to your life? Example: my tattoo, Alex, 17. I wake up early on Sunday morning to find peacock blue letters in a scrolling font winding around my right arm like a snake. I try to catch it by the tail, but it keeps moving. It's alive, writhing and writing itself as I watch. It says, say yes, over and over, along the length of my arm. When it jumps, winding around my left arm, it says, say no, over and over. I laugh to myself. This will be a hit in my martial arts class. When I punch, say yes. When I block, say no. I cross my arms over my chest, watching the snake of letters intertwine, knowing both these phrases are equally important.